So it's day 4 of our anniversary getaway outing here in Wyoming and South Dakota. This morning we are in the Black Hills of Wyoming, Black Hills National Forest, Wyoming. A lot of people don't know that the Black Hills extend into Wyoming, but they do, and that's around Devil's Tower. We were at Devil's Tower yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. So if you haven't seen that video, you want to go check that out too, I'm sure, because that was a fun video. So anyways, after we left there, we came down to the Black Hills National Forest around Sundance and camped there last night. So found a suitable little spot. We came in late, so we just came to a spot where I knew, camped there. We're gonna head out here. We're just taking a short walk this morning to look around. Then we're gonna head out and we'll go out back towards Sundance. We're gonna take a scenic route through the National Forest. The landscape is lovely and I think you'll enjoy it. I've been up here a bunch of times over the years. You may have seen some footage from here if you've been following along for any length of time, but either way, we're gonna head out and take some we'll shoot some video and get some photos along the way as we're making our way out. And we gotta head back to town so I can do some work. I left the computer at home and everything. If you enjoy these videos, let us know, leave us a comment, tell us what you like, and we definitely have a whole lot more planned for the coming months. Now that the weather is finally, all of a sudden, we're getting into warm, sunny, summer-like days and warmer nights, so we don't have to be freezing our butts off while we're out camping up in the mountains like we are right now. So we're gonna go ahead and finish our walk up, then we'll hit the road and get a few clips, show you what it looks like around here. So this trail we're on, I think probably is used for cattle management and stuff. This is open range during the summer. It kind of peters out and more or less disappears up here, but we did a couple years ago find this lovely little spot right here, and this is a camping area. People have camped here. There's a fire ring. I was not too sure about getting level in the dark last night, so that's why we didn't come down to this spot. Plus we hadn't been down here in a couple of years, didn't really know what it looked like, but this is a really cool little spot down here, tucked well off the road and out of the way in the Black Hills National Forest. I was just walking along a little further and I was just telling Melanie, it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it up here. I mean, look at this view. And in modern Wyoming tourism marketing parlance, that's why.
Little tiny leaves. First leaves of spring.
Some of you have been following along on the channel for a while may know that one of my forebears, going back several generations, was the great American poet Robert Frost. Like many artists, Frost was not fully appreciated in his day, but he's quite legendary. These days, I cannot walk down a trail like this, a almost forgotten trail through the forest in a beautiful setting like this. Oh, speaking of, another amazing view off in the distance here. All right, but back to my point about my forebear Robert Frost. I cannot walk down a trail like this in the forest and not think of his poem about two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And I could not help but take the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. I may have been paraphrasing just a little bit there, but that's the gist of it. I am quite sure the camera is not doing this justice, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Wonder how long till this one comes down. It's still putting out green needles and whatnot up there, but that one's got to come down sooner or later. But on the other side here, Look at this again. Just lovely country. And there is a lot of wildlife up here. We've not seen anything so far on this trip, but there is a lot of wildlife up here too. Well, I think we've pretty well reached the end of the trail here. As you can see, there's no vehicle that we own that's already going to come this far, let alone down here. It's done. There is, however, up on the hill here, a nice tower, radio tower. Unfortunately, it is not a cell tower. So for those of us who are digital nomads and work while we're camping out in the wilderness, there's always a bonus if you can find a cell tower nearby, but that's not a cell tower. It's just a some other type of radio equipment. Blessedly, we've had 3 nights in a row. All 3 nights of this trip, we had whisper quiet environments. The first night we were actually at a town park in almost a ghost town, and they did have a light there that was, you know, lit it up a little bit at night, but it wasn't too bad. And other than that, it was whisper quiet. There was no noise other than the wind and the birds. Second night, we were up at a spot in Black Hills National Forest in South Dakota, not too far from Jewel Cave, where we went as well. And that spot was pitch black and, again, whisper quiet, no sound other than the wind and the birds and briefly some hail and rain. Then today, last night again, the spot we're at right now in the Black Hills National Forest in Wyoming, again, pitch black and whisper quiet other than the wind and the birds. So that has been absolutely amazing. We've really enjoyed that and definitely want to get out more and find that again soon. That's one of the reasons we like to get out well off the beaten path in places a lot of people don't go, because we're looking for dark skies and solitude and peace and quiet. So that's kind of a driving thing for both of us when we're out looking for campsites. There she is, Miss America. Oh, Mrs. America, I fixed that. All right. Yeah, anyways, we're just out enjoying celebrating our anniversary, and we're gonna go ahead and make our way back to the van, even though the scenery here is lovely, and we'll show you some more really nice scenery on our way back towards Sundance, Wyoming, which is a great little town if you want to go check it out. And if you do go check it out, I at least strongly recommend the Longhorn Grill and Saloon in Sundance. Amazing food and amazing steak tips if you're into that sort of thing. Speaking of wildlife, we still haven't seen any wildlife, but we've seen some evidence that they've been here, like this deer print. One lonely deer print, but they've also left a few other calling cards, if you know what I mean. All right, I know we said we were going back to the van, then hitting the road and going to go explore some more. My wife has more good sense than I do most times, so she prevailed upon me to actually make breakfast before we did that, because we already had all the stuff out of the van. It's not quite as simple as in the trailer where everything's built in and we just, you know, turn the stove on. We got to get stuff, table out and get stuff out, and it was already out for me to make coffee this morning, so she decided we should probably make breakfast. So we got a camp breakfast going on here. Look at that. My pan stove frying up in a vintage iron skillet on our propane stove. So we're going to do some ham and eggs, nice traditional breakfast this morning, and then we're going to go explore and bring you guys along to show you what we find out here in the Black Hills National Forest in Wyoming. Oh, she did it again. All right, we're going to dive in. We're going to dive in and eat, and then we're going to go find some more cool stuff for you to see. All right, so we're just driving along on this forest trail, very primitive forest trail, coming back out to the semi-main forest road, and we saw this old mine here, this closed off and everything, but of course we had to come take a peek. Ooh, it smells dank. A little bit reminiscent of Jewel Cave, but different. I don't know how far back that goes or what they were mining here, but pretty cool. I generally do not go into abandoned mines, even if they're not closed off, but this one's well closed off and with heavy steel gates, so
I mean, this stuff
we
just
won't be going in there.
this stuff just crumbles off the walls. I mean, it's Look, there's moss growing. There's some moisture.
Yeah, there you go. The moss gives you an idea just how damp it is in here. A little bit tough rocking on this too. And there's some small niches here. I would assume critters use for their habitat.